This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. John Scalzi's back and bigger than ever.
Back in action. We
Yes.
missed you.
Yes, well, thank you.
Wendy brought some rainy, wet weather yesterday.
Rainy Ross,
well,
we
she
call
said
it.
she was that it was coming in the forecast, so we just blamed it on her. And
Down the
that's not
road.
Don's fault. I mean, John's fault.
Down the road, it's going to be a wet day on Saturday, it looks like.
So, see, you can't turn it around for us.
How about a little break for today, then?
Okay.
Kind of like yesterday. There wasn't a lot of shower around yesterday, and I think today is kind of similar. We have a few scattered showers in progress along the coast. This is going to be that typical kind of west wind scenario where you get those showers along the coastline during the morning hours, followed by mostly inland stuff later in the day with daytime highs to top out warm. We were at 91 yesterday, a week of above average temperatures, and that's where we're headed this afternoon. Better chances of rainfall inland after about 2, 3 o'clock, with the daytime high topping out probably in the low 90s again today. Complete forecast in a minute.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at the roadways, and right now everything seems pretty normal, although there's somewhat of a log jam on State Road 64 as you head west from 75 towards 301. So be aware of that, and also heading north on 301 just south of State Road 64. No accidents, but does seem to be a delay of some sort. And as you head down into Sarasota County, everything there is looking pretty good, which is always good to hear first thing in the morning. Now, topping our news this morning, President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden are preparing for a trip to Florida today.
Yeah, they will spend the day in Orlando meeting with the survivors and the families of the victims killed in the shooting at the Pulse nightclub.
The stories from those who escaped the terror at the Pulse nightclub are chilling. Some hiding out or being held hostage in the club bathrooms.
Maybe even 30 of us stayed in the stall, and we locked the stall, and there was like a couple of people that got locked out, and they were just begging for their lives, and he just killed them right there too.
Most survivors say they never saw Omar Mateen's face, but for the first time, the world is hearing the voice of this deranged killer.
Good morning, do you have a badge?
As a disgruntled security guard unknowingly caught on camera in a documentary called The Big Fix at the site of the 2010 BP oil spill. The FBI conducting a polygraph test on his wife, Noor Salman, who allegedly went with her husband to buy ammunition, telling officers she tried to talk him out of harming anyone. Today, the president and vice president will visit Orlando. Last night, the VP compared this tragedy to Sandy Hook.
It took so many innocent, beautiful little lives. And you would have thought several years later that on matters relating to rational gun safety, we would have made some progress by now.
As investigators and Congress look at how someone the government was warned of multiple times could slip through the cracks, the funerals have begun as the city unites.
This is my city. Nobody comes here and does something like that in this city and just gets away with it.
And just this morning, mass shootings have taken center stage in the Senate. Democrats recently ended a 15-hour-long filibuster after Republican leaders agreed to a vote on measures that would prevent anyone on a terror watch list to get access to a gun.
And the city of Sarasota will be the first local government in the Bay Area to consider banning all military-grade assault weapons, excluding those used by law enforcement, of course. City leaders made the announcement yesterday during a commission meeting, and City Manager Tom Barwin says this is beyond a Second Amendment issue. Commissioners will vote on the military weapons ban on Monday. If passed, the initiative will be sent to Congress. Also in Florida, Democratic lawmakers are calling for a special session to halt some gun sales. This would apply to those on an FBI watch list and impose new requirements for becoming a security guard. Under the proposal, the special session would consider legislation to prohibit anyone on a federal watch or no-fly list due to suspicion of terrorism. From buying firearms in Florida, they would be excluded, and those no longer on the list can buy a gun, but only after an extensive background check.
And here on the Suncoast, residents continue to pay their respects to the victims in the Orlando shooting.
ABC 7's Ray Collins has more on the vigil held in Bradenton.
Another beautiful day comes to an end over the Manatee River. Kids play in a nearby water park. Just feet away, an emotional scene is playing out.
Mommy, I love you. I'm going to die.
A man who calls himself Miss Mikey read his poem, comprised of text messages and news headlines from the shooting last weekend in Orlando that's now the worst mass shooting in national history. 49 people were killed in a gay bar by a Fort Pierce man named Omar Mateen.
So you mean to tell me one man caused 49 people to be buried? But who cares? They were Anyway, 1, 2, 3.
Vigil organizers had children release 49 balloons in the air, one for each victim. Hundreds turned out for this rally here on the Riverwalk, and each seemed to have their own reason as to why they wanted to be here. Why was it important to be here tonight?
Because I like gay people, and I don't think it's cool to kill them.
Just very emotional. Like, could have been my brother, could have been somebody I knew.
Just to be supportive.
Diane Shapiro says events like the one in Orlando should be a reminder as to why we're here and to push for lasting change.
People need to stop and kind of just take a deep breath and put all the nonsense down, because, lives were lost.
Meantime, back on the stage, the poet quoted another American who was shot down in his prime.
Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I hope love wins sooner than later. My name is Miss Mikey, and I am for Orlando. Thank you.
On the Bradenton Riverwalk, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. And the Sarasota County Jail is in desperate need of repairs. According to a presentation made to Sarasota County commissioners, almost $5.5 million is needed for maintenance concerns, and among them, $1.2 million to replace the building's 41-year-old cooling and heating system. Sheriff officials say that since portions of the building were constructed in the 1970s, a new facility may be a better use of tax dollars.
The design of the West Jail is so outdated that we're concerned about that. And then we have to ask the decision makers, how much more money do you want to spend in an outdated facility?
County officials say safety and security are their top concerns, and they're not currently working on options to address the maintenance problem. Meanwhile, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is looking to add more deputies to the agency. According to the Herald Tribune, Sheriff Brad Stubbe made the request to county commissioners yesterday, and he's asking for $113 million for the budget to address the need, as well as an increase in pay for employees. That's an increase of $6 million. He's looking to add 21 positions, as well as increase pay by 4% for current employees. Commissioners are showing support for his request. They will discuss the budget further during a meeting on August 2nd.
A new hotel in development in Manatee County is being pushed back a little bit due to a problem with the property. According to the Bradenton Herald, the development agreement for the Spring Hill Suites Hotel in downtown Bradenton is being delayed after contaminants were found in the soil. The problems were found on the northwest end of the property, and officials say it's an easy fix to remove that soil, but the city must deliver a clean site to developers for the project to continue. They hope to still break ground on the development later this year. And the Bradenton Central Community Redevelopment Agency is looking for ideas on what to do with land on 13th Avenue West and 1st Street. The property was originally supposed to be turned into a Save-A-Lot grocery store and retail plaza, but plans for the project continue to flounder. So according to the Bradenton Herald, the agency is now accepting letters of interest from developers for a new proposal. The deadline for submissions is July 7th, and while the City Council still hopes a grocery store is built on that property, they have not set any requirements on what can be developed there.
In Northport, residents are fighting back after receiving warnings about having boats in the front of their property. The Northport Boat Owners Association has received 400 handwritten signatures and 180 online signatures for a petition to change Northport's Unified Land Development Code. Under this code, boat and trailer owners can be cited and fined for placing their boats in their driveways or front yard. Commissioners are expected to discuss whether or not to place a moratorium on issuing warnings and citations for boats in driveways for later this month. And dozens of parrots from Central Florida will soon be looking for new homes here on the Suncoast.
And the Birds of Paradise Sanctuary and Rescue in Bradenton is working with Patty's Parrot Palace in Orlando to find new homes for 46 parrots. All the birds were raised by breeders, and the rescue where the birds are currently housed will close within the next 45 days. It's going to be difficult to find all of them new homes.
Most of the larger birds are adoptable, but we find that the larger birds are harder to adopt than the smaller ones because people just don't have the room or the time or the facility to care for them.
The Birds of Paradise Sanctuary says it needs financial donations for vet care and food while working to place the birds. If you're interested in donating or adopting the birds, you can contact the birds of paradise.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yeah,
They're fun.
they really are. They can talk. You can
Talk
teach them
to
to talk
'em
too.
and-
Yeah, be like your friend, your imaginary friends. In Manatee County, you go from parrots to to chickens. Employees at the Swordfish Grill and Tiki Bar on Cortez Road say a popular guest at the restaurant has gone missing.
Yeah, not the kind of guest you would have think, but Grumbles, the pet rooster, was last seen on Sunday morning, and his caretaker, Jessica Barhitt, posted about the missing bird on her Facebook. She says she fed him in the morning, and an employee at the restaurant saw him later that evening, but he hasn't been seen since then. Grumbles is free to wander around the area on his own and is popular with diners who like to pet him. Barhitt is offering a $300 reward for his safe return. That's a beloved rooster right there.
It is, but as a police officer, I'd go and say, did you have a fight? Was there a quarrel? Is there a reason he may be staying away from home? Is he a possible runaway?
I don't know.
Does he live near a bus station?
That's what happens when you let him be free. They have the choice to leave.
Yes, you give them the wings and they
There you
come
go.
back.
They'll fly. Well, we're now learning more about South Florida Museum's plan for its major expansion.
The museum has raised about 95% of the $12 million goal to reinvent the facility and make it a museum of the future. Museum officials want to add a new children's wing called the Mosaic Background Experience. They want to add new exhibitions and programs as well, and a new cafe, and expand the parking. The museum hopes the new learning center and programs will invite more young guests and teach them about our environment and nature.
They're going to learn about rocks and land and water and air and life in a backyard setting that will be all inquiry-based. So it won't be interpreted for them, but they'll have facilitators in there.
Snooty, the world-famous manatee's home, and the Manatee Rehabilitation Center will also see an upgrade, as the museum is hoping to break ground next June on this project, so a year away we are.
I'm looking forward to that. I already love it because it's a planetarium. It's got a little bit of an aquarium feel, and the museum.
We need to spark the interest in the young guys.
Keep it going, yeah.
And plans for a new theater that could be sparking interest in the movies, and it's in the works for Longboat Key.
Yeah, or more in theater as well. The Longboat Key Foundation has reportedly assembled a task force to build a black box theater. The theater will be used as a multi-purpose performance space and could feature everything from cabaret to a touring play. It will be located on a parcel of land that the town purchased for $1.5 million in 2014. The foundation is hoping the theater will allow people to enjoy more cultural amenities and services on the island, which would be great for them because Longboat, that's a far stretch and it's hard to get, onto the downtown area, onto the mainland for them sometimes.
Surprised they haven't had a theater up to this point,
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of nice for them out there.
Yeah, you see that parcel of land? I hope they build a little apartment above it, and I'll rent
go
out
live
the
out there?
apartment.
See, caretake the land,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Absolutely.
It's a nice little
I'll
plot.
join you, no problem. Handy with a wrench. We got some showers in the forecast down the road. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Also coming up, a sneak peek at Ringling Brothers Circus' new show that's really quite out of this world. That's next.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Homes.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey Culligan man."
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Florida Studio Theater presents The Fabulous Lipitones, now held over by popular demand. A high note leaves the Barbershop Quartet without their fourth member just before the national competition. What ensues is a comedy of misunderstanding, stereotypes, and the path to perfect harmony that critics say has laughs galore and gets right to the heart. Buy tickets now by calling 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So current air temperature is still kind of steamy out there at 84 degrees. 84 degrees at this hour with a dew point of 73 in the 70s. So clearly a very humid, sticky kind of feel to the air already. It's going to be another warm, humid, sticky day as we head into the afternoon. Hit 91 degrees yesterday. Probably do that about same thing again today. We have a west-southwest wind at 11. You don't get a more humid wind than a southwest wind across the Suncoast. 77 degrees Mayaca, Arcadia, Wauchula Parish. 78 degrees in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, and Punta Gorda. Then you get along the coastline, and man, 82 degrees in Inglewood, 82 in Venice. As I said, 74 degrees Sarasota and in Longboat Key. We do have a few scattered showers in progress across the nation this morning, stretching from New York City, just off the coastline around the Carolinas, and then a few scattered showers to the north of us. Nothing that will prevent any kind of airport traffic at Atlanta or the Carolinas, you know, our normal airport hubs. No issues there whatsoever this morning, weather-wise. Locally, we've got some showers in progress. Those showers are basically mostly to our north and to our south. Our coastline hasn't seen a whole lot of action currently. A few areas of light drizzle, that's about it. We have a chance this morning in seeing a few of these showers move onshore. This is the situation that you get with a nice southwest wind, humid southwest wind, a few morning showers possible. And then in the afternoon, that southwest wind kind of enhances the sea breeze, pushes it inland quickly, and gets our showers and thunderstorms cooking in inland areas away from the coastline. Coastline stays dry, it stays hot. High pressure remains the dominant weather feature for us. We'll watch this frontal boundary to the north of us. Some indications are that actually may make it far enough south to pass through our area by Sunday and bring us a little bit of lower humidity air for a couple of days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday might be kind of refreshing air, maybe even Sunday. So we'll watch that, we'll see. But the thing is that as that front inches closer to us and a cluster of moisture sinus surges north from the south, we're in line for some pretty good showers, I think, on Saturday. Saturday doesn't look to be a terribly wonderful day in terms of sunshine. Small rain chances today, a warm afternoon once again, and then better rain chances come our way on Saturday with a mostly cloudy day, I think. If you look at the future rainfall forecast, most of the showers and thunderstorms will be in inland areas later this afternoon, while the coastline gets just that smattering of morning showers. The forecast for severe weather today is mostly located around the D.C. area. There's the potential for some stronger storms with a low pressure area diving southward toward the Carolinas. Otherwise, we don't have much of a severe weather threat here today. In fact, we don't have much of a threat of showers or thunderstorms today. West wind at about 10 knots, becoming west at about 15 during the overnight. And the forecast looks pretty good for the next several days. Warm and little rain chances. Then Saturday, our rain chances spike, and Sunday, they start to go back down again. Back to you.
Thanks, John. As far as your commute right now at 519, looks like out of Palmetto, we're not seeing any major issues. A little bit slow as you get over the DeSoto Bridge northbound and head up into Palmetto. But no problems southbound on the bridges. The interstate is clear, as well as 41 and 301. No major slowdowns as you head into Sarasota. Everything is clear there. No accidents to report on 41. The arteries out to 75 still look good, and as you head into South Sarasota County, the only issue we're seeing right now is over by Northport. There is an accident popping up on I-75 northbound at exit 182, which is Sumter Boulevard. Not seeing slowdowns because of that, but be aware of that accident on the northbound side of the interstate. Well, the Summer Circus Spectacular is now open in the historic Oslo Theater at the Ringling Museum.
And it's celebrating its 10th anniversary, so ABC7's Linda Carson puts the Summer Circus in the spotlight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Ringmaster Bailey Sloan, Sailor Circus graduate, is back for the 3rd year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dancing Gauchos.
The acts that we have are amazing, something that we put together specifically to be this awesome production for celebrating our 10 years.
Like the father and daughter duo who won the hearts of the nation on the TV show America's Got Talent. 15-year-old Sasha started at age 6.
We came from a circus family and we were traveling with a circus at that time. So my dad took up practicing with me so I can do the same thing.
She says this is the best job in the world.
It's really nice to hear people applaud and be the one that's the star.
It can be very dangerous.
The ladder to me is the most dangerous because it's higher than usual. And I have to use that twist the stick at the same time. That's not what I usually do.
So you're twirling at the same time you're climbing. Your dad's climbing up. And she's upside down doing a headstand on her dad's head. And while you're watching her, she's watching the faces in the audience.
I love to see their faces smile and ooh and ah, like, oh my God.
Just what you'll say about the incredible Dancing Gauchos.
Gauchos mean cowboys, so I've been doing this for 20-some years. I started in elementary school doing this type of act because what we do is Argentinian folk dancing.
They're husband and wife.
I taught her. Marta Sori. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm a circus, I have circus background.
Oh, wonderful.
5 generations.
And it wouldn't be the Summer Circus Spectacular without aerialist and co-founder of the Circus Arts Conservatory,
The incomparable Miss Dolly Jacobs.
It's an incredible show this year. I don't want to give it away, but the people are going to be wowed. It just goes from one extreme to the other, from laughing to in awe, and just the whole show, 1 hour. I think the people will be just in suspense.
the Summer Circus Spectacular in the historic Oslo Theater. You couldn't find a more beautiful or more comfortable place to spend an hour this summer. And during that hour, everything is beautiful and dazzling and funny. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, and the Summer Circus may be in the spotlight, but the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's new circus show is out of this world.
Yeah, quite literally. Prepare to blast off on an intergalactic new adventure. Feld Entertainment is giving us a sneak peek of the new show at its Manatee County headquarters. It's an all-new interactive experience that gives circus goers a glimpse of the future. Producers say the show, the first without elephants, is a new genre of circus performances.
I think that this is a show that so connects to the families of today and the kind of entertainment experience that they want and the kind of entertainment they want to share with their family together.
This show kicks off July 14th in Los Angeles. The tour will continue across the United States, but there are no performances this time here in Florida, which is quite a bummer. They're over there in Palmetto, close to us, their headquarters.
Right there, Feld, you know. And
we're going to have to make a trip out of the state, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the doctor's son or daughter, their last be treated.
Oh, well. We'll still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The shoemaker's son. It's turned out you don't have to dig deep into your wallet to buy a good bottle of wine. We'll show you how much one of the best ranked wines in the world is selling for coming up.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get four-wheeler magazines 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have. Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Welcome back. It's 5:26 and the stock market fell for a fifth straight day following news about interest rates from the Federal Reserve.
ABC's Kenneth Gibson and Diane Macedo have this morning's business headlines from New York.
Good morning. Topping America's money, no rate hikes, at least for now.
The Federal Reserve has decided to leave interest rates unchanged following May's dismal jobs report.
Fed Chair Janet Yellen said there's no timetable for when rates might change given the economic uncertainty.
Well, Walmart is cutting about 1,500 jobs at stores mostly on the West Coast. The positions affected involve invoicing and accounting.
Employees will be given a choice to remain with the company in other positions, but with a possible pay cut. And who says cheap wine can't be great? This is La Moneda Reserva Malbec from Chile, and it just won a top prize, beating out 16,000 wines at the World Wine Awards.
Not bad. Well, the judges praised its flavor of succulent juices, berries, and the best part, it sells for about $6.
That is my kind of wine.
Yes.
And that's America's money.
Have a great day.
America's Money, brought to you by Capital One.
If you have a typical airline credit card, you only earn double miles when you buy stuff from that airline. Wait, is this where you typically shop? You should be getting double miles on every purchase. Switch to the Capital One Venture Card. With Venture, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, everywhere, every day. Not just airline purchases. Seriously, double miles. Everywhere. What's in your wallet?
Seresto makes it easy to help protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. With the performance you expect from a monthly topical in a non-greasy collar, Seresto kills and repels fleas and ticks for 8 continuous months. Seresto from Bayer.
Wish your skin could bounce back like it used to? Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. With hyaluronic acid, it plumps skin cells with intense hydration and locks it in for supple, hydrated skin. Hydro Boost from Neutrogena.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. This hurricane season, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know? Many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience. Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits on the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150, Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to $2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a sad discovery in Orlando as the body of a boy pulled into a lake by an alligator has been recovered.
Plus, the Florida High School Athletic Association is making changes to keep students safer on the football field.
And the Rays are teaming up with the Bradenton Police Department. We'll show you what program they're working on to reward volunteers.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi. And John, I know we had a story yesterday about a 9-year-old swimming back and forth to Alcatraz. And I know that's why he took the day off, was to train and beat this kid out.
Holy cow, I did not hear that story.
Can you believe that?
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Alcatraz. His next adventure is going to be the Golden Gate Bridge, which is like some 9,000. What was it?
Yeah, some 9,000.
That's incredible. That is frigid water and dangerous waters,
yeah,
right?
9 years old.
Yeah, that's amazing.
For $200.
Did he swim it in
his
a?
dad gave him. That was his goal.
$200. Hey, to a 9-year-old, that's that's a fortune.
Big money.
Are you kidding? Yeah, that's right.
Impressive, though.
Wow, that is pretty good. And no, I will not be following suit.
So you weren't training?
No.
Rumors are false.
No, sir. Actually, I was attending a competition. My son was involved in a competition. He is a mixologist, as they say.
Yeah.
And he competed against hundreds of other people in the state of Florida, and came in 3rd place.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. Yeah.
Now we got to try out his concoction.
I'm ready anytime.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to bring one on. We could have a mixologist for the show. We were told we could hire
Oh, yeah. 5:30 in the morning.
It's in the budget, I'm sure. Showers in the forecast, a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters. Currently, we have a chance of showers along our coastline during these morning hours, followed by a better chance of rainfall inland as the sea breeze kicks in early thanks to a southwest wind, keeping us muggy and warm this start of the day. We're looking at a 20% chance of a coastal shower, followed by much better chance, well, a little better chances in inland areas later in the afternoon. Daytime highs again top out warm in the lower 90s. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right, thanks, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways, everything is looking pretty good now. And, some of the backups that were there have now dissipated, so everything is smooth sailing in Manatee. 41, 301, and 75 all looking good. As you move into Sarasota County, there is just one little blip on the screen there as you are on Fruitville heading east. Just east of 301 seems to be a bit of a backup, but no accident there. There was an accident on 75 there, as you see at Sumter Boulevard, southbound on I-75. So be aware of that, but it's not causing any backups at this point.
Well, topping our news this half hour, another tragedy in Orlando as the body of the 2-year-old boy dragged into a lake by an alligator has now been recovered in Disney World.
5 alligators were pulled from the water during the search and are being tested by wildlife officials. And ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has this story.
Good morning. The beaches here at Disney are still closed today as officials try to determine whether the gator that killed that toddler is among the 5 caught in the lagoon here after the attack.
We're going to continue to go out and look for alligators and make sure we have done everything we can and all the due diligence to make sure we've taken that alligator out.
We're told dive teams found the boy, identified as 2-year-old Lane Graves, under 6 feet of water Wednesday afternoon, not far from where a 5 to 7 foot gator grabbed him Tuesday night.
We are terribly heartbroken at this outcome.
The boy's family was visiting the Grand Floridian Resort from Nebraska. Little Lane was in ankle-deep water when he was grabbed and likely drowned by the gator, despite his father's efforts to save him.
He did actually wrestle with the gator to try to recover his son.
There were signs reading no swimming in the area, but nothing warning about alligators. Disney is now reviewing its signage. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Lake Buena Vista, Florida.
And here on the Suncoast, there are thousands of alligators in ponds and lakes across the area. While many locals know to watch out for the reptiles, visitors, well, they may not realize that danger is lurking in bodies of fresh water. A few local homeowners told us they are extra cautious for gators since they live near large bodies of fresh water, and some business owners see the reptiles often and they know to stay away.
Unless it's a designated swimming area, don't go in the water. Any freshwater source in Florida potentially has alligators in it. Even some of the protected ones, the springs and things like that, can have alligators slip in.
Many locals we talked to about the incident want Disney to put up alligator signs in addition to the no swimming signs they already have. But anybody you talk to, if there's a pond or standing water in Florida, there are gators.
And in international news, Egypt says it spotted the wreckage of the Egypt airplane that crashed into the Mediterranean last month, killing all 86 people on board.
Yeah, the investigation committee says a vessel hired by the Egyptian government has identified several main locations of the wreckage. Based on those locations, the search team and investigators on board the vessel will now draw a map for the wreckage distribution spots. The plane disappeared from radar while en route to Cairo from Paris.
A Palmetto soldier who was killed in a flood earlier this month in Texas will be brought back to the Suncoast today. U.S. Army Private Class Zachary Nathaniel Fuller was one of 9 soldiers who was killed during a training exercise in Fort Hood. Their vehicle overturned while they tried to cross a flooded creek. Members of AMVETS Post 301 in Ellington and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office will escort Fuller's family to Tampa International Airport today to receive his body. Afterwards, the procession will go to Westside Funeral Home in Bradenton, and a visitation will be held Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. A funeral service will be held at Bible Baptist Church in Palmetto Saturday at 1.
The Florida High School Athletic Association is implementing rules to protect student athletes more. The new rules reduce hard hits during practice, but according to many local coaches, they've always kept kids healthy leading into the playoffs. The Manatee County School District Supervisor of Athletics, Jason Montgomery, stresses that hitting has not been eliminated entirely, but replaced with technique.
5 plays in practice. You're still running your routes, you're still blocking, you're still working on your strategies and schemes, but we're able to reinforce the technique.
The new regulations go into effect on August 1st, the first preseason practice day for this upcoming season. It's coming quick. And Tampa Bay Rays have found some new teammates.
Yeah, the Rays are helping the Bradenton Police Department get more people to come to Tropicana Field. The team has donated 1,000 ticket vouchers to the department to give to people who have made a difference in Manatee County. The vouchers are good for 4 seats to any home game this season. The department is looking for adults who have volunteered in the community to help local youth. They're also looking for children who exhibit good behavior at youth summer camps who might not otherwise have the opportunity to go to a game. The first vouchers will be given away to children and staff at Visible Men's Academy this afternoon.
Tampa Bay and taking on the Seattle Mariners. I actually thought that that was a little punishment for Rays fans, that you were making them, that you had to put them in the police car to take them to the game. That was punishment instead of maybe a work release program. Just kidding, just kidding. The Rays are actually very not offensive but offensive this year, so they've been hitting pretty well. And they took on the Mariners at Tropicana Field last night, and it wasn't until the 4th inning that both teams would get on the board. The Mariners taking the lead with 2 runs in the 4th, and the Rays, they got their 2nd run in the 6th to tie the game up at 2-2. The score was still the same. The bottom of the 12th, thank goodness I went to bed in the 7th. Both teams, well, they'll compete again today in St. Pete to finish it out. That's terrible. I should have a final score for you, and I don't.
Because you fell asleep,
Yes.
Donnie.
I fell asleep. It was 2-2 in the 7th, so there's still another
That's all right.
5.
That's a tease. We'll have it for
Yes.
you coming up, right?
I will find out that answer.
Good.
Sold out on Friday.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
The race.
Were you going to go?
No, actually, I'm going on Sunday for Father's Day. The boys are taking me.
Gonna have a hot dog? Have a hot dog for me. Have
At least.
At least one.
Let me tell you, at least one hot dog.
Oh, I
Yeah, I'm
love
looking forward to that.
baseball
It's going to be great. We have some pretty decent weather shaping up today. Another hot day here on the Suncoast. A little morning shower, maybe. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, and following this week's traumatic events in Orlando, we'll tell you how you should deal with the heightened emotions and stress coming up in Health Smart.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
The home at 200 Pine Street. The agent. The office. The agent out of the office. This is what you see. This is what you don't see. The hustle. The huddle. The drawing board. The shuffle. The open house. The bees buzzing. The buyer. The gentle nudge. The leap of faith. The offer. The negotiation. The pit bull. Finding the middle ground. The sigh of relief. The close. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Florida Studio Theater presents the fabulous Lipitones, now held over by popular demand. A high note leaves the Barbershop Quartet without their fourth member just before the national competition. What ensues is a comedy of misunderstanding, stereotypes, and the path to perfect harmony that critics say has laughs galore and gets right to the heart. Buy tickets now by calling 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Oh my goodness, what a warm and sticky start to the morning. We're looking at 84 degrees the air temperature with the dew point of 73. West-southwest wind is key, coming in at around 10 this morning, 11 officially. The temperature across the coastline everywhere in the 80s, 82 in Venice, 83 in Inglewood. Longboat Key, the same, 84 degrees in Sarasota. Then you get inland a little bit and temperatures cool a tad, but not much. 78 degrees in Wauchula, Mayaca. Parrish coming in at 79, Bradenton at 78, Lakewood Ranch at 79. It's 80 in Northport, 79 degrees in Punta Gorda, and 79 in Arcadia. With that southwest wind comes a chance of showers along our coastline, but also some showers occurring to the north of us with an area of low pressure around the D.C. area all the way up into New York. There are scattered showers in progress here. Potential for some severe weather in that location a little bit later on today. And then the showers kind of continue on down off the coast and become more difficult to pin down exactly where these showers will occur. If they do on the Suncoast, they're kind of here and there, kind of a smattering of showers. Right now, the heaviest stuff is falling in Tampa Bay and Hillsborough County, but we have a chance at seeing an isolated shower along our coastline today. One in Bradenton, producing a little bit of light rainfall, has moved on toward Parrish, and like I say, it's in and out real quick. Not a lot of rainfall accumulation. Down around Venice, they're seeing a little bit of a light shower there. That's the case this morning. About a 20% chance that a few of these showers will make their way toward the coastline. Then later this afternoon, this southwest wind around this high pressure ridge will encourage our sea breeze to start early and move inland early, so that the focus for showers and thunderstorms becomes more in inland areas a little later in the afternoon. But with high pressure, the dominant weather feature, the number of showers that we get are going to be kind of few and far between. So the combination of an early start to the sea breeze, that dome of sinking air, brings us only about a 30% chance of inland showers as well. So like yesterday, we stay dry, we stay warm. Over the weekend, a surge of moisture coming up from the south and a frontal boundary sinking to the south, kind of all combined together to bring us pretty good rain chances on Saturday. Then on Sunday, maybe that front actually makes it through here, brings us some slightly drier air, reduces our rain chances, and makes it feel more comfortable with lower humidity for a couple of days. It's kind of unusual for this time of year to see that kind of cold front sink south, but we'll watch it and trace its progress. Small rain chances, a warm afternoon, and then a better chance of Saturday showers. The rainfall futurecast shows those showers building mostly in inland areas after a little bit of light rain along the coast. The bullseye for severe weather today to our north across the state of Florida, mainly just light stuff. And there's the area of disturbed weather that we'll continue to watch as we head into Saturday, lifting north, kind of injecting moisture across our region. Not forecast to become anything seriously tropical, just kind of a slug of moisture. Otherwise, the tropics look pretty quiet for us. West wind at 10 knots, becoming 15 overnight, and the forecast calls for dry but warm days for a couple of days. Saturday, good rain chances. Then Father's Day, the chances go down. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at your commute right now at 547. Still out of Palmetto. Looks good on those bridges. No major issues on 41 or 301. Looks like the interstate's still clear all the way down from Parrish into Sarasota. Looks like on 41, a little bit of a hot spot heading southbound as you approach Fruitville Road, but no major slowdowns. Looks like the interstate is clear in Sarasota. No accidents to report as far as South Sarasota County on 41 or the interstate. Looks like that southbound accident at Sumter Boulevard, exit 182, has now cleared. So everything is moving along well for your commute to work this morning. Well, the mass shooting in Orlando is such a traumatic event that many may not know how to deal with their heightened emotions.
NBC 7's Alex Redmond has more on how to help.
There's a huge range of reactions when something like this happens, from total denial to absolute terror and anything in the middle.
Whether it's in a neighboring city, a family member, a friend being a part of it, or witnessing it on social media or in the news, says Dr. Stephanie Lirio of Family Cope and Pathways Human Services.
It's very normal to feel anxious and to feel scared and to feel like you might want to avoid things that you would normally do.
But now the recent events of the shooting in Orlando may have some people being concerned about the way they spend their days.
You know, parents drop their children off at school all the time, or day camp. And normally that's a very fun, routine activity. You don't even think twice of it.
Now, says Dr. Lirio, big crowded places, movie theaters, concert halls, all seem like they could be targets.
That, I think, is a really good example of how a very normal routine activity can suddenly cause extreme fear, terror in somebody.
Financial advisor Peter Abbott, former Sarasota chief of police, is a retired New York City police inspector.
9/11 was it was a very difficult day. Obviously, the whole country went through it at the same time, but being right there when the second plane hit, it gives you a whole different perspective. And putting the gear on officers that went into the buildings and didn't come out.
Abbott says the Orlando shootings may have some feeling survivor guilt.
Why is it me that's here as opposed to how come they're gone?
Everybody deals with stress and trauma differently, says Abbott.
Some folks can handle it and be able to deal and work through it. Some folks, they end up with post-traumatic stress disorder and stuff like that. Everybody else kind of falls in the middle.
I do think it's very important to talk about these things, because if we don't talk about them and ignore them, they actually grow bigger. I think it's a good reminder to be vigilant. You know, you want to be careful, you want to be cautious, you want to use good common sense, but you don't want that to cross in the line of being paranoid.
Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alex. Now, we put on sunscreen thinking it's going to help, but every day they tell you, okay, even if you go in the water, it's not going to last 2 hours. If you go in the water, you got to reapply, reapply, reapply. Just keep reapplying all day, because it doesn't really give you the protection you need.
Yeah, dermatologists recommend using sunscreen with at least SPF 30, but a new study from Consumer Reports show that many sunscreens miss that mark. According to the study, nearly half of the sunscreen products that were tested have a lower SPF than their labels claim. 2 of the worst examples were brands meant for children. They both claim to have SPF 50, but Consumer Reports found the number to be closer to 8. The discrepancy could be in how the sunscreens were tested. Consumer Reports soaked the participants in water. Manufacturers tend to test sunscreen performance on people who are not wet. So, yeah, the reapplication, and they say to look for certain ingredients. If it's mostly mineral-based, it's not going to have a correct high SPF, they said. Yeah, it's more of the chemical ones that are strong.
Yeah, my son's this past weekend was funny because they put it on themselves now. They feel like they're 12 and 9.
They
can
do
it. And then, then at the end of the day, they have like tiger stripes because the spots they missed.
They're like spreading finger marks.
Sunburn right here.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, stay with us.
We'll be right back. No tiger stripes.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Did you know you can make an instant harness by simply wrapping the leash around your dog's chest and up through their collar? Contact Canine Corral today about a no-pull harness that will make you smile. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
The ability to go to college on a Bright Future Scholarship gave me personally the flexibility to chase a dream. To not have to worry about paying for your college education was absolutely amazing. One step better than that was to leave with no loans. I mean, to start a life, to start a job, to start without having a debt was amazing, and it allowed me to get to where I'm at today.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer.
G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Well, the Northport Police Department is looking to spread some more birthday cheer. You remember we told you last weekend officers received a Batman invitation for an 8-year-old boy's birthday party. And the boy's mother, Carolyn DeCastro, was worried no one would come to Daniel's party because he's autistic and has had a hard time making friends. Now, some officers decided to surprise Daniel, and they showed up at McKibben Park.
Apparently, no one would attend his birthday party. And I don't think we found out about that until we got there. I guess we expected more kids to be there, and when we found that he was the only one there, it's kind of surprising to us.
Due to the success of this birthday party, the police department is now planning to hold another birthday bash, this on Sunday, July 3rd, and they're still trying to nail down a venue for the party. All families are welcome to attend America's birthday party.
That is very nice.
Yes, America was afraid nobody would attend or they wouldn't get as many people as they hoped, so Northport Police helping out America.
That is
on their
very
birthday.
nice of them. Okay. Well, it's 5:56. We'll be right back.